Hey friends, Hattie here with Honeybee Stampers. I am going live for day 3 of our Christmas in July craft along. The projects that you see right here are the projects that I'm going to demonstrate today. They were designed by my friend Ange McKay up in Canada, and I love them. They turned out so adorable and so cute. This card right here really impressed me because I'm such a, I love layers. So anything that has a bunch of different layers, I'm all about it. But this one just has it's essentially one layer, the card base, and then it's got all of these little elements here, but she added this really nice detail with the embossing, and so it made me fall in love with this card. I'm excited. Hi, Joan. It's good to see you. You're the best. So we are continuing on. So this is day 3 of 6 days of Christmas in July. I'm going to do a quick recap from the past 2 days, and then we're going to jump right into the projects. I will probably hold off on checking comments until towards the end so that if somebody is doing the Christmas craft along, they can just kind of go with the projects and then hear the chit-chatting later, okay? So these are the ones I'm going to design today. Here are the ones that we've done so far. I've got already just a little poo-poo platter of adorable projects. So yesterday we did these 2 projects. Actually this one and this one. These 2 were designed by Erica, my friend Erica Serwin. And then these 2 projects right here were designed by my friend Rhonda Wade. And so these projects are so cute. They're always so much cuter when you see them in person. Everybody wrote up a tutorial. So we've got I think it's over 30 pages worth of tutorials. There's 12 different projects on these tutorials, but some of them will have examples where they've got the template here and whatnot. So there's gonna be a lot of pages included, but this tutorial is available for free if you place a $50 order with me this week. And right now we've got free shipping for any orders over $75. So that is an absolute win-win. If you you don't need a shop, or you just want the tutorials, then they're $25 in my online store. Of course, my team members always get my tutorials for free, and so that has already been given out to them. All right, so those are the projects that we've done so far, and we've got several more to go. Very cute stuff. The bundles that we're featuring for this week are the Jar of Joy. So this is actually a stamp set, and then you can add on the coordinating punch, which looks like this. This coordinates with another stamp set. So if you wanted to get both stamp sets and the punch, you could really get the most bang for your buck that way. And then we've got the Jolly Holly bundle. So this is a hybrid bundle that has the stamp set, the dies, and then the embossing folder. And I showed you guys during day 1 how to use the hybrid embossing folder by placing the die right inside and cutting it out. So definitely go back and check that. I'm going to do a little shameless plug for you guys to follow me here on my Facebook page, or if you're watching this on YouTube, definitely subscribe. I'm super close to 2,000 subscribers, and I'd love to be able to celebrate that. So share the video, subscribe, do all the things. You guys know what to do. Okay, so the kit, we did have some kits that we sold, and I actually have 2 kits left. But the kits include... this is what a kit would look like. It includes some little Cersei gifts from us. So you're going to get this pop-up bag. You're going to get a little cute little tag that we created. The necklace. This is a Christmas necklace, and it's cute. It lights up. It's super fun. Some candy, and this candy is not the candy that we all kind of decided we were going to send to everybody. Those were candy canes. I forgot to order the candy canes, so I ended up sending out these little Dubai chocolate bars. And I'm realizing that they're probably melted. So if you guys got your kits already and these are melted, I'm super sorry. Put them in the refrigerator, let them harden up, and then try them again. And then let me know what you guys think about them. Then you're going to get a full bolt of ribbon, a spool of twine, or red and white. I think it's twine. I don't know. Sometimes it's like linen thread, or is it twine? Pretty sure it's twine. You're going to get a full pack of the embellishments that look like this. And you can see I've been using them. You're going to get lots of cardstock to be able to use, and then 2 half packs of designer series paper. All right, and then we have a few die cuts in here, all that. Okay, good. So that is the kit. I have 2 of those left if you guys are interested in that. So our first card that we're going to do today is this one, What I'm going to do is I'm going to do all the cutting first, and then we'll do all the stamping, and then we'll assemble. That's going to be kind of the rhythm that I go with here. You're going to definitely want a paper trimmer for these projects. So for this one, well, actually for both cards, we're going to be using the thick basic white cardstock, and it's the same kind of configuration. So it would be a full 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock, but we're going to cut it in half, okay? So I'm going to cut both card bases right now. Let me grab my cardstock here. So this is the thick basic white, and what we're going to do is you're going to want to score it first. You're going to score at 4 1/4, okay? Score like that, and then you're going to rotate it, and you're going to cut it right in half at 5 1/2, just like that. Okay, so now you're going to have 2 sheets. Set one aside for our second card, and this will be for our first card. Now we're going to do the designer series paper. The designer series paper came from the Need for Tweed DSP, and this is, I've been cutting mine up, so I've got little scraps, but you guys will have a, I think for this one you'll have a 6 by 12 sheet if you got it from me. For the Country Woods one, those are 12. I left them at 12 by 12. But anyways, the reason I had to do these 6 by 12 is because they came with 3 sheets. Usually our designer series paper will come with 2 of the same paper design, and they'll do, so 6 different designs, double-sided designs, 2 of each. Well, for this one, they actually did 3 of each, and so it wasn't, I couldn't split it up by keeping them 12 by 12, so I had to cut it down to 6 by 12, if you're wondering. So here's the other side of that, okay? We're gonna use this side right here. Let me make sure I tell you the right measurements. So you're gonna cut this designer series paper down, using that, to 4 inches, okay, and this happens to already be at 4 inches, by 5 1/4. Line that up right there and slice. Okay, and then we're going to need some early espresso cardstock. You guys will have a sheet of that in your kit, and we're going to cut down the early espresso cardstock to 4 1/4. And then we'll rotate it here by 3. And I hope I am reading that right. Yep, I think so. Okay, does that look right? It does, okay. And then you're going to need this designer series paper right here, also from the Need for Tweed. And here's what it looks like on the other side if you're looking for it. And we're gonna cut this one down to 2 7/8 by 4 1/8. So let me put it in here. Okay, that's too short. So we'll do 4 1/8 this way. And then we'll rotate it, and we're gonna do 2 7/8. Hopefully I'm still in the screen here so you guys can see where I'm lining it up. And then that should layer on there perfectly, and it does, great. Okay, so in your kit, you are gonna already have this cherry cobbler circle that I've punched out for you, and it's the 2 3/8 circle punch, if you're wondering. And now I have to find where that is. Okay, here it is. So those are our cardstock pieces, and then you're gonna need this red and white twine, and I think that's it for that. Now let's get to stamping. Okay, so for this right here, we're gonna go ahead and stamp our sentiment. We're gonna use early espresso. For these 2 projects, we actually are not going to be using the Jolly Holly. She designed the projects, both projects, with the Jar of Joy. So we're going to grab the sentiment. Let's see, where did I put it? We need early espresso ink, and we're going to need our sentiment. Okay, ink this up. And this is just gonna go in the top left corner, like that, okay? That Christmas always looks so wonky to me. Anyways, I feel like that whole thing is kind of wonky. Let me see if I'll be able to cover that up. I will. Okay, so I'm flipping it over. I'm doing it, doing it again. All right, so let's try that again. Wishing you Hopefully this will be better. Okay, much happier with that. All right, so then that's that stamping. Now we're gonna need some scrap basic white cardstock. And I had it. Where is it? Here it is. And we're gonna stamp the jar outline, also in early espresso. Stamp that there. And then we're gonna stamp the outline of the gingerbread and all the cookies. You guys should be so used to this by now because we've been doing this on our last couple projects. So I'm gonna kind of eyeball it here, make sure it's kind of down by the bottom. There we go. And then the inside is going to be a pecan pie color. Let's close that. Okay, now I find that lining up the little gingerbread man, his bow tie, and the 2 buttons on his chest makes for a perfect like lineup. So use that as a tip when you're lining that up. That's so cute. So what she also did is had us color in with our cherry cobbler Stampin' Blends the little hearts. So you're just gonna add some color here. And then there's another little heart up here. It's a very cute little touch there. And then she also designed it by using the pool party. So you're gonna take pool party and you're just gonna add some color to the edge of the glass, almost as if it's reflecting the glass as having a little bit, you know how sometimes the glass has blue in it? So that's kind of the idea behind that. Okay, and we'll do a little bit across the top here. Okay. All right. Does that look like what we were doing? Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Now we're gonna take some scrap of our early espresso and we're gonna stamp the little lid in early espresso. So it's gonna be color on color. Ink that up, stamp there, okay? And we're going to punch out both of these items here. These cards are so simple to put together. And they're so cute and Christmassy. I just love the way they look. They turned out so good. Okay, punch that out. And then let's grab this and line that up and punch it out. Great. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of adhesive just to the top of the jar here to hold on to our lid, the lid to our jar. My ink doesn't want to come out, or my adhesive doesn't want to come out. Okay, and then we'll add our lid on just like that. Okay, looking good. So far, so good. All right, now we can actually start to assemble our project. So let's get our card base back in here, and we're gonna fold this in half. And while I'm assembling, my team in the Beehive, I have an amazing team of demonstrators. I've been keeping them in the loop with things that have been going on in my life the last couple weeks. And today I got some really sad news that my father's cousin passed away today. And I'm telling you, if it hasn't, today has been all about me trying to help get all of his affairs in order and doing a lot of phone calls and a lot of this and a lot of that. And so this is my little PSA to everybody, including myself, to make sure that we have all of our ducks in a row and that we have, you know, our wills and our estate planning and all of that stuff ironed out, because when you need it to go smoothly, which side did I like? It doesn't if you don't have all of your ducks in a row. So that is my little friendly reminder to everybody to just make sure that they've got all of their ducks in a row. All right, so, okay, we've done that. Now we're gonna need the twine here. But yeah, I've been keeping my team in the loop as to everything that's been going on these past couple of days, and they've been such a great support to me. And so I haven't really shared it here on my business page. And so, yeah, I'm sure you guys are like, okay. But I just wanted to share that piece of it just as a reminder to everybody. All right, so for this, we're gonna double loop this like this, okay? And then what we're gonna do is we're going to wrap this around. And I might need to make it a little bit longer. I do. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it around. I'm gonna make it a little bit longer. So when you guys get your twine, it's gonna come in a spool, not like what mine looks like. And the only reason mine looks like this is because for some reason I washed it and it was all in my washing machine and I refused to just let it go. I was like, no, I love this twine, I'm gonna use it. All right, so we're gonna double loop it like that, okay? And then we're gonna tie a little knot. And more like a bow. I've got some glue on this twine for some reason, it's like sticking. Okay, so now once we have that, you'll see that these are the two tails here, and I'm just gonna cut them. So I'm gonna snip this one and then right here. All right, let's pull this a little bit. All right, so there's that. And then we're gonna take our cherry cobbler circle that you would have already received. Let's add a couple dimensionals here. You know, the first video I did, my son was like in the background screaming and like just being silly, not crying or anything like that. And I could hear him, and I was told by other people they could hear him in the background, and I can hear him right now. He's in the bathtub, so you guys probably can hear him too. But yeah, he has such a blast when he's in the bath. He fights to get in there, like he doesn't want to take a bath sometimes. But then once he's in there, you can't hardly get him out. It's funny. Okay, so now we're gonna add a couple dimensionals to our jar and just set our jar on here. And then we're gonna add dimensionals to the back of this layer. I've been trying to get better about my trash can. Keep forgetting. Okay, and then let's put that in there and center this on our card, and this card is done. This is a very simple card to put together. I love it. I love the stamping right on the designer series paper, and you could very easily put something cute on the inside as well if you'd like. So there is the first card. We're gonna set this to the side and we'll get started on our second card. So like I mentioned earlier, the second card doesn't have a whole lot of layers if you don't include the jars as layers, but I just think it is so cute and stunning. And if you can see that detail there with the embossing, that makes all the difference. It really does. So let's talk about this card. We've got the other half of the card base. And I'm just gonna fold this in half. We really don't have a whole lot of die cutting or prepping to do, so we're just gonna jump right into making the card. You're gonna need your paper trimmer or scorer. And we are going to, let me get the measurements out for this one so I don't mess it up. You are gonna take this edge of your cardstock and you're gonna start at the 1/2 inch mark. So line it up to the 1/2 inch mark, and then we're going to move the cutter out of the way and we're going to just score. Okay, you know what? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. We're gonna score here at the 1/2 inch mark, and then we're gonna slide it down to the 3/4 inch mark. Okay. And then you're gonna slide it down again to the 1 inch mark. So it's gonna add just those 3 embossed areas. Now, right now it's debossed right here. I really like the way it looks where it's raised and embossed. So I'm gonna flip my card to this way, okay? So there's that. Now we're gonna do some stamping. I'm gonna go ahead and stamp the sentiment just above here. The sentiment is the sending a jar full of cheer, and that's gonna be stamped in early espresso. Ink this one up. Okay, that's good. And then we're gonna keep that early espresso open because we're going to create 3 jars. So So you'll see the jars right there. Let's stamp one jar, two, and then three. I don't think the punch is gonna, I don't think the lid is gonna get in the way of that. Oh, it is. Shoot. I might have to just get another scrap piece of paper. Or actually, silly me, this is all I have to do. I just have to cut it. So all I have to do is just cut it like this, so then the lid doesn't punch into my other image, okay? All right, so we've got the 3 jars stamped, and we'll start with the same one that we did on the last one before we switch it out. Let's see, where is it? Oh, you guys, I just set this on top of the stamp, and look what I did. It never fails. All right, so we're gonna start with the outline, and we're just gonna stamp right here. Okay. And then we're gonna do the pecan pie again. I love how both of her cards just coordinate together so well. Pecan pie, and we'll fill that in, again, lining it up with his little bow tie and his circles, buttons on his chest, and it's, I mean, nails it every single time. I love that. Now we are going to stamp. Let's see, do we need any more early espresso? We don't. Okay, so now we're going to grab our little snowman, and we're gonna use Memento Black ink for this one. Ink him up, and we'll stamp him right here. So cute. And then, of course, his little scarf. We got to get our cherry cobbler in here. Ink up the scarf, line it up. I think I moved it. Nope, it worked. Okay, his scarf, and then we're going to do some snowflakes. I thought we were using Pool Party, but I couldn't remember where. Where were we using it? We're gonna use it for the snowflakes. So just a couple snowflakes here. And a few over here. Okay, perfect. Is that it for this little guy? Oh no, we need to color his nose. So we've got our pumpkin pie Stampin' Blends. For such a little small area like this, our Stampin' Right markers work as well. And then we're gonna come back in with our Pool Party marker, our blends, in just a minute. Let's move on to this one. We are gonna stamp this with the cherry cobbler ornaments. Just like that. Okay, guys, this is looking really good. I love it. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is, let me grab our Pool Party Stampin' Blends. And so what she has done is added that blue hue, like we did with the last card, to kind of signify that this is glass. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? So I'm just adding a little bit here across the top. And then the other thing that I noticed was a little bit of highlighting around the image. I'm kind of doing it a little heavy-handed. I don't recommend that. It should be very light. Is this the dark or the, oh, this is dark, that's why. Let's get the light one. This one will be better. Light Pool Party. So we'll do the same thing with our little snowman. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and add a little bit on him directly as well. And then right underneath these little snowbanks. There we go. All right, can you tell the difference that that makes? I think it looks great. So even with this, you can see that there's a little bit of a blue outline on those ornaments, and there's not here. And I don't know, it just adds, it gives a little bit of a dimension to it. It's like almost shadowing. So we're gonna do a little bit there, a little bit here. Okay. Oh, got to do the jar. Yes. Yes, so is it Joan or Joanne? I agree. Estate planning is really expensive, but it's worth it. It's worth it if you can, you know, make sure that whatever your wishes are, that they are carried out. So I highly recommend it if you can. Okay, so there's that. Perfect. Let's punch these out. And then we also need to stamp and punch out the lids. So there's one. Yesterday's projects, I think it took me an hour from start to finish. Today, I definitely will be done a lot sooner. Okay, bring this back in. I like my silicone mat so I can, you know, get crazy with the glue and not have to worry about it. So let's find that little jar lid and early espresso. You don't have to stamp the jar lid. You could just punch it out of early espresso, but I do like the way that it looks. So there's one there. We need 3, 2, and 3. Are you guys loving these bundles? I think that they're so cute. I don't have the other jar stamp set that I was mentioning to you guys earlier, but it's definitely on my wish list. And right now with free shipping, I've got an order that I've started to grab a few things that I, you know, maybe wanted on my wish list. And that stamp set is one of them. Okay, so there's this, this, and this. All right, I'll probably, maybe since I don't have it in my possession, I'll take a picture of it. What did I do with my adhesive? Here it is. I'll take a picture of it and share it on my Facebook page here so you guys can see the other stamp set that coordinates with the punch. Hi, Shelly. Oh, I love these too. I'm glad you like these projects. I do too. I'm so in love with them. And, you know, they just making them in real, like making them, period, just really has them more, I don't know, it just looks cuter. Like you get the tutorial and you're like, oh, you know, that's cute. But then when you make it, you're like, oh, that's really so cute. So it just makes a difference when you actually get a chance to make it. Yeah, and I bet you're gonna come up with something really cute with that jar punch to make something 3D. I can feel it already. Okay, there's that. And then now we're just going to assemble. Before we assemble, she's got ribbon across the top here. So we're gonna take our Mossy Meadow gold ribbon and just wrap it around the top here and tie a little bow. And today I think I actually, instead of tying a bow, I'm just gonna make a knot. Hi Nan, it's so good to see you. So I like to use my bone folder as an extra finger. And I stick it right there. And then I do my little knot there. Okay. And then I just pull and I ease that bone folder out, making sure that I'm pulling it tight. There. And that allows me to make that bow or that knot. Okay. I'm gonna make sure I have enough ribbon for the rest of my projects this week. Come on. And if I wanted to, I can add a glue dot right under that to kind of keep that from moving, you know, like right there. Shorten that one too. Okay, good enough. All right, so there's that. And then let us, I think she has them all popped up, but I like having a little bit of a dimension between the 3 jars. So I'm gonna put this one on flat to the card in the center. Okay, and then I'm gonna pop up these 2. So we'll add a couple dimensionals here. Oopsie. And we'll put our little snowman guy over here. Kind of tilt him a little bit. And then same with the ornaments. So cute. Okay, so there's the card. I love that. We just have one more thing to do. And you know, I didn't actually put any of the embellishments on the first card either, so I need to do that. So we're gonna bring in these embellishments. Like I said, those of you who got the kit will have these embellishments. And then I've got my take your pick tool. Let's get a little putty out here. And we're gonna do 3 little green gems right across the bottom. Oops. Oh goodness, come on. I'm having a time with this. And I was just bragging about this take your pick tool for embellishments because I really have enjoyed using it. Just trust me, it's great. Okay, and then get that one. Flip over, come on. Let's try this again. Okay, and then we're gonna do one right here and then one more. And we'll put it right there. I'm eyeballing it to see that I've got 3 right in a row. There we go. I love it. And then for this one, she also used the green. So we're gonna grab some more green. And we'll do here. I don't have any more of the little green because I've used them all. We'll do one up here and then another one right down here. Okay, there we go. So those are our 2 projects for today. They turned out so cute, very simple. These cards are very simple. Look at my spool of ribbon. I hardly have any left. Definitely make sure that you've watched the other 2 videos. I'll bring in that little platter again. So here are the projects that we've made so far. Okay, hopefully they're in the camera that you can see it. So these are our 2 projects for today. And yeah, I think they're so cute. I'm enjoying this crafting with you guys every single day. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all the things. It really helps me out. And if anybody's interested in the kit, I do have 2 kits left. And then there's information on the link. You can click on the link to be able to go and learn about it there. Free shipping, so don't miss out on that. All right, let me take a look at the comment section real quick on my computer to see if anybody had any questions. Let's see here. Thank you for watching. Hi, Sue. Oh, Sue, that message might have been from yesterday's video. It is. Isn't that silly? I'm silly. Okay, let's refresh this page and see. Okay. Thank you, Nan. Shelly, your mind's spinning already. I know. I just think it's so cute. Oh, Sue, you haven't gotten your kit yet? Okay, I'm gonna go in and look because they should be arriving by now. I know that they said that shipping has been a little bit crazy. But yes, you'll have an opportunity to rewatch and put them together for sure. Okay. All right, guys, I think that's it. It won't let me click on any of the other. It says there's more comments, but it won't show them to me for some reason. And yeah, that's Facebook for you. Anyways, have a great night, you guys. I can't wait. Tomorrow we're gonna do 2 more projects designed by my friend Jennifer, and the projects are really cute. She really thought outside the box with the one project that's pink. So if you're a pink lover, definitely tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Christmas in July craft along. All right, guys, take care. Bye.